What is going on, guys? Matt O'Leary back with another video. Today, on Monday morning, a day before Final Cutdown Day, I will make my final 53-man roster predictions. Matt O'Leary NY on social media and the Just Jets podcast. New episodes drop every single Wednesday, so be sure to subscribe, call in, do everything you need to do in order to get the program. All right, let's get rocking and rolling with the 53. We will start on the offensive side of the ball, work our way over to the defense. The New York Jets will carry two quarterbacks for the first time in forever. They are a team that notoriously carries three, but with the state of this roster, I don't know how you're going to carry three. I think Rodgers and Wilson are the only two that you carry. Tim Boyle, you technically put on the practice squad. No one is claiming Tim Boyle, and he is your third emergency quarterback after those two. Hopefully, you don't even have to see Zach Wilson. I hope we get 100% Aaron Rodgers. 17 games, maybe in a blowout. Zach can come in, sure, but another thing that I am pretty tired of is quarterbacks having to leave. The last time the Jets had a starter start all 16 games was in 2015 with Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Fitz got hurt in a game against the then Oakland Raiders, now Vegas Raiders, so he didn't even technically play the entire season. You have to go back to 2013 Geno Smith for the last time you had a full healthy quarterback season, which is a decade ago now. So now would be a good time. The Jets are overdue for some health at the quarterback position. How about running back? I have the Jets carrying four running backs: Hall, Cook, Carter, Abanikanda, no Bam Knight. More on Bam Knight later. I think those are the four that they end up carrying. I do think it's Michael Carter over Bam Knight. No surprises there. I don't think Abanikanda goes on IR. Is it possible he goes on short-term IR? I guess so, but I think he's trending in the right direction and will be on the initial roster. The Jets will carry a fullback. Nick Bawden will be the Jets fullback. He did not play last year. He did have some minimal snaps in 2021, but he will be a more regular part of this New York Jets offense in 2023. The Jets will use a fullback. Rodgers likes it. Nathaniel Hackett likes it. They will have a fullback. Tight end, I ended up settling on three tight ends: Conklin, Ruckert, and Uzama as the three. I don't think Kuntz makes the roster. He's an intriguing player, but I don't think he has done enough to make the 53. The Jets are going for it this year. They're going to try to stash him on the practice squad, but I will discuss later if he hits or not. We'll do guys who get claimed predictions and guys who make it to the practice squad predictions. So more on that in a little bit. Wide receiver, I do have the Jets ending up carrying six receivers: Wilson, Lazard, Hardman, Cobb, Gibson as the 5, Brownlee as the 6 for me. Malik Taylor is in consideration. Alex Erickson's had a pretty good camp. You can go a few different directions for this 6th wide receiver. I don't think that's going to be the permanent Jets 6 receivers. I do think they eventually make a move in a trade for a wide receiver. It may not happen before the season, but at some point I do think they get aggressive, and then Brownlee will be the odd man out. Gibson, I think, with his added special teams value, he popped a little bit, especially in this last game against the Giants, played really well. So he's, I think, ahead of Brownlee, but as that last spot, I have him as the placeholder, him being Brownlee, until the Jets make a move and add another receiver. Offensive line, 10, Brown, Tomlinson, McGovern, Vera Tucker, Becton, Turner, Mitchell, Tippmann, Schweitzer, and Carter Warren will be the Jets' 10 offensive linemen. That's a lot of bodies. I understand that, but I think that that it's going to be necessary. Warren is a potential IR candidate, but I think he very well could end up being on this roster as well. The Jets will also carry 10 defensive linemen. We are switching over to the defensive side of the ball. Lawson, Williams, Woods, Franklin Myers, Clemens, Thomas, Jefferson, Johnson, McDonald, and Huff are the 10. Lawson could theoretically start the year on short-term IR on the PUP list, but I think he will be okay to start the season out on the regular roster. If that is the case, maybe the Jets could add something somewhere else, but for now, I have Carl Lawson on the initial 53. Linebacker, Mosley, Williams, Sherwood, and Barnes. I have Zaire Barnes as the last linebacker. Yes, Chaz Surratt is someone who maybe could make this 53. Robert Saleh obviously loves him, but it matters how guys get to your team. Zaire Barnes was a draft pick from this year. I think that's going to give a little bit more leeway to Zaire Barnes. And plus, Barnes earned it. He had a really good preseason. He was all over the field making tackles. I absolutely think he sticks. Cornerback room, I have Gardner, Reed, Carter, Hall, and Hardy as the 5. Brendan Eccles will eventually be the 6th, and then someone will have to go somewhere else. But he is suspended for week 1, so it doesn't technically have to be on the 53 to start, so they carry someone else in the short term. Safety room, I have Whitehead, Adams, Amos, Davis, and Trey Dean making the roster. That's 5. I think I don't want to risk cutting Trey Dean. I think he had a really impressive camp and preseason for me. Davis is going to make the team just pretty much for special teams value, but I do think they carry 5, at least initially. Maybe that changes. I also have, by the way, Jarek Bernard-Converse, who may be listed as a safety starting the season on IR or the PUP list, whichever one. So I don't have him on the initial 53. Special teams, Zerline Morstead and Thomas Hennessy, the long snapper, which gets you to 53 guys. So as I mentioned, Eccles suspended. You won't see here Bernard-Converse on IR. I have a few guys that I think listed that will make the practice squad. On the practice squad so far, I have Malik Taylor, Tim Boyle, Alex Erickson, Deslin Alexander, Jimmy Moreland, and Greg Sinat. As the initial guys, they will add more on the practice squad. How many did I list off? 6. They will have more than 6 guys on the practice squad, but that's the initial. Unfortunately, I think I have 3 guys listed getting claimed. It could very well be more than that, but I have Zach Kuntz getting claimed somewhere. Yes, he was a 7th round pick, and I think they're going to try to get him on the practice squad, but I think someone will claim him. I won't be crying over losing Zach Kuntz, a 7th round pick. It was a dart throw. You took a shot on it. I don't think he did enough to make the roster this year. And let's be honest, you're in a season where you're going for it, pushing all your chips to the table. So you have to do whatever you possibly can in order to try to win a championship and have the best roster out there. And I just don't think he is one of the Jets' best 53 guys. Tanzel Smart is someone who I think gets claimed. He is a solid defensive lineman. It's going to be a bummer to have him go. They'll try to sneak him on the practice squad, but I think he's too good. I think someone will pick him up. Again, he's played well in the preseason. It's just a matter of they can't carry 11. They have 10 guys that they're going to keep. Maybe if Lawson starts on the PUP or IR, they carry Tanzel Smart to start, but it's going to be very challenging finding a spot for him. And then I have Bam Knight getting claimed. I know they were able to get him to the practice squad last year, but situation's a little bit different this year. Miami, New England, Indianapolis, all teams that could potentially be looking to add at the running back room. And I think he ends up signing on somewhere. And, there's a chance that other guys that the Jets, let go could get claimed. They being the Jets might try to trade Bam Knight, but I don't think they'll get any takers on a trade. It wouldn't surprise me if Bryce Hall potentially is in the mix for getting flipped for a day 3 pick. He has starting experience a couple years ago now, but he's really regressed, and I just don't see a long-term spot for him here. It's on the last year of his rookie contract anyway. I don't think he is going to be re-signed. So, yeah, I think it's pretty much the end of the line there for Bryce Hall. So if they flip him for a day 3 pick, they flip him for a day 3 pick. But anyway, that's my prediction for the Jets 53. Let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with down in the comments. You could drop your 53-man predictions down below in the comments if you wish. Make sure to follow along on social media. Thank you again so much for tuning in. Once again, I'm Matt O'Leary. Subscribe if you're new. Give it a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you next time.